Hey, back with another video. So there's two videos being shot in one day. But second message I want to come on here and talk about today is just something very dear to my heart, and it's been on my mind. Like I say, anything that I'm talking about, y'all, it has literally been in my notes for like months on months, and maybe not even months, for like a year, maybe over a year. And I'm just going back to see which vlogs I actually spoke on and checking them off, and which ones I still have yet to speak on. And this is a topic that I have yet to speak on, so I'm gonna do that now. But y'all, so hold on, I turned off the air because it was getting into my lungs or whatever. I had to let down the windows because, baby, I'm too hot. Texas is ridiculous with the heat. But anyways, so yeah, this one is very dear to my heart. And I know, like, social media and the world has everyone thinking that men are just horrible, men are nasty, and this and that. So I just want to shed some light and give my story and my testimony to the men that I have experienced. And in advance, my apologies and my sympathy and my heart goes out to anyone who has been violated by any man and woman, for that matter, anyone, whether it's male or female, who have been violated in any way. My heart tremendously goes out to you, whether that was physical abuse, whether that was DV, domestic violence, whether that was emotional abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, or just violation in these areas, any parts of your bodies. I am so I can't even say so many times, so to infinity, like, sorry for that. And I just want y'all to know that there's still hope. Just, oh my gosh, and it's so hard to say hope without saying getting to know Jesus, because they go hand in hand. Hope, faith in Jesus. Jesus sees all of that. He intertwines all of that. So just getting to know him again. Asking him the questions that you want to ask him. Ask him. I feel like that's the biggest myth when people say, oh, never question God, never question. You can question him. I have gotten a lot of my answers because I was brave and courageous enough to question him. Yes, why did you allow this to happen? Why is this happening? Why did this happen? Why did you allow? Why did you allow? What's going on? And he has answered me every single time. It may not be in that moment, it may not be in that year, but he will answer you. You just have to have patience and truly trust that he will answer you, because he will. In due time, he will. But I'm just sharing my testimony and my experiences with guys because, again, I want to let y'all have some type of hope. Let y'all know that every guy is not the same. Every black guy is not the same. That black guy that did that to you may not be the same from that other black guy. That white guy that did it to you may not be the same as the next white guy. That Asian guy, Hispanic guy, whoever may have done those things to you, all of them are not the same. And I can tell you that from experience. I have met so many dudes, and I'm not going to sit up here and say that they were perfect dudes, because they still had their faults. That's just life. Everybody have their own faults. Faults that were triggered from what did happen when you were younger. Faults from something that triggered when you were adult. Anything, so everybody have their faults. Everybody comes with baggage. Nobody comes perfect. Nobody comes perfect. I don't care how many people smell they poop and think it smells like roses. At the end of the day, they're still smelling poop, regardless if they want to admit it or not. Everybody comes with something, okay? I'm not even a perfect person. I know it's hard to believe. No, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm not perfect, far from it. Now, I'm not somebody that's been out here just living a free lifestyle. I always have to reiterate that and confirm that. No, nothing like that. But I'm just saying, I have made my mistakes. I've been a person who wanted to get my lick back, and God said, and I'm going to sit your tail down. I have been someone who wanted to do this and do that. So this is my testimony to share to y'all, to let y'all know that every guy is not like that. And yes, every person in general, every boy, every girl that then becomes a woman and a man, all have some type of baggage. So nobody is perfect. So I'm not speaking on these gentlemen from perfection or perfectionism or perfectionist standpoint. I'm just speaking on them from my experiences with them. But yeah, so anyways, I just wanted to come on here and say, like, I have experienced some beautiful, beautiful guys. And my experiences with good guys really started, I I had good experiences with them in elementary and middle school. Nothing really bad. I ain't never really had guys to like make fun of me or make me feel a certain way about myself, or degrade me or belittle me in any kind of way, or say derogatory things to me to make me feel any kind of way. So I've never had that in my life or whatever. But it more so started when I started to have like a true connection with people that I can really relate on. Now, I've been able to relate with people since the end of time. Since I was like in elementary, middle school and stuff, I've always been able to have that emotion where I get emotional about stuff, and where I really like process things a certain way. I've always had that connection with just understanding and having compassion for others. So that's nothing new. But where I really start to just like go into deep emotion was like in boarding school. So I had one of my white homeboys, all my white male friends treated me like a queen. And I don't believe that it was because of color, because I never felt like, oh, they treated me this way. Not one time in my mind that they were treating me this way because I was black. I felt like they were simply treating me that way because they were raised correctly. Their parents raised them to not be racist. Their parents raised them to not be bigots. Their parents raised them to live by the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. And so that's how I just always felt. They just treated me how they want to be treated. I just have to shout out even the black guys. Now, the black guys in college, in my college career, thank y'all. This is what the message is about. I love y'all tremendously. My white friends, my white male friends from boarding school, I love y'all tremendously. If ever any one of them ever taps into this video specifically, thank y'all for just being there. Thank y'all for trusting me to keep what y'all told me confidential. Thank y'all for giving that power over to me, because you knew that I wouldn't go back and tell anything that you ever told me. I wouldn't go back and expose y'all. Thank y'all for that. Thank y'all for allowing me to be that confidant, because they allowed me to do it. They didn't have to do that. I didn't ask them to do that. Something in them just said, she is the one that you can have this conversation with. And when I say conversations, I'm talking about people would call me at 1 a.m. in the morning. Black men, heterosexual black men will call me at 1 a.m. in the morning. They will call me at 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning. And I remember one of my best friends at the time, a black male. If you see this, I still love you. I know we had our little falling out, but I still love you. And he know that I love him. And I know that you still love me, because it's all love over here. And of course, I won't go into detail as to why we fell out, but I'll probably joke about it on another video when I'm ready, but not right now. But even him, like, there's been times where I had to reach out and call him at 3 a.m. That man answered on the first ring. The first ring. I ain't never had to wait to answer. And I used to be skeptical of calling people, because I'm like, I know that's been a story in my life where I've always been there for others, but when it's my time to need someone, and I need an ear for somebody to listen to me, for me to vent without feeling overwhelmed with my problems, nobody's ever been there. So I used to hesitate to call and ask people for anything, to even listen and hear me out. But my guy friends, honey, yes. And they would be with their feet. They would be with a woman and be like, hold on, this is important. She is important. I was a priority to them. And they've always made me feel like that. Always, always, always. So there are some good, beautiful, genuine guys. I remember one of my black homeboys. I used to get in fights in college. I'm telling y'all, this I don't be playing for real. I've been out there. I grew up around brothers. I grew up in the hood. Like, people don't really realize that, and there's nothing to parade about. I'm just telling my true life, y'all. I don't know why this thing started poking out since I've been talking lately, but it do. And I think it's cute, but weird at the same time. But anyways, I don't know why I think it's cute, but I'm like, hey, this folks out. But anyways, so yeah, I grew up around real people. Real people, real dudes who used to send people to the ICU banging. And my oldest brother was one of them. I'm talking about bangers. So I used to fight in college anyway. And my homeboy, he gave me some mace. Because He was like, sorry, y'all, I gotta say this is what he said verbatim. He's like, damn, Jazz, you out here just banging. Was you a crip or a blood? He's like, you out here banging, girl. He's like, here, you gonna need this. And he had got some mace because a girl tried to mace him. I'm telling y'all, like, that's why I say nobody is perfect, because I know some stuff. But he ain't gonna mind me saying that. It's not like I'm gonna say his name, but he had somebody try to mace him, a girl tried to mace him, and he took her mace. They had a little altercation. He took her mace, and he gave me her mace. He was like, you gonna need this more than me. I just took it from her because she tried to spray it on me, so I took it and kept it. But here you go, because I was out there fighting. I mean, they used to look out for me in every which way that they could. Like, we got to take care of Jazz. Jazz come first. I remember one of my homeboys, his girlfriend didn't want him talking to me. The one who used to be my best friend, the one I was just saying, like, it's still all love over here. His girlfriend did not want me talking to him. She didn't want him talking to me. But hey, I am who I am. Okay, period. Know who you are and whose you are. Know your worth and your value. And I knew why they picked up for me. So I didn't feel bad if somebody got mad. That's your problem. Because I know what I do for them. So it's only right that they respect me and do the same in return. But they respected their women as well. That's why they respected them as well. But when priority calls as well. Okay? So I'm like, no. There's no way that I should be picking up the phone at 1, 2, and 3, and they calling me. We talking I'm talking about heart talks, soul talks, mind talks, real conversations. I know stuff that nobody else know, and it's gonna stay that way. But they just used to come to me. So I'm like, it's still, like I said, they had their debaccles and their faults and stuff, but they were still like some of the most down to earth, pure, genuine hearted men that I've ever encountered. I had a white homeboy in boarding school, Vic Sims. I gotta say his name, Vic Sims. I love this boy to this day, and it's so funny. It's so funny, and I used to joke with him about this because my daddy, he used to come up there and visit, and Vic played football. You know, everybody can relate to football. If you're a masculine man, if you're just a man, everybody gonna watch some football, some NBA. So Vic played football or whatever, and my daddy came up there and had a whole conversation with him. They hit it off because of the football thing. Started talking. Honey, my daddy had took Vic and walked around the whole school with Vic, around the whole school. And my daddy came back and told me this, and I told Vic because I just thought it was so funny. I was like, my daddy said, if I ever marry a white boy, it should be you. It's going to be you. It got to be you. He said, nah, for real? I'm like, yeah, for real. He's like, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm not against that. And I'm like, oh, here he go. But that was my boy. That was my dog. That was my dog. Man, that was my boy. Even when we went back for our boarding school, they do a 5-year reunion, but nobody really supposed to go back into like a 10-year reunion. For whatever reason, they do a 5-year and a 10-year, and then from there forth, 15, 20-year reunion and stuff like that. So we all went back for our 5-year reunion, and still my dog. We picked up right where we left off. Still my dog. Ain't nothing changed. We just got older, got a little bit more wiser, a little bit more headstrong, right? A little bit more mature. And so, still my dog. Still my dog, still locked in. If I call Vic today, and I say this with no hesitation, with no nothing, I bet that boy answer the phone. We would probably stay on the phone for hours, because me and him can talk. But that was my dog. And what really stuck with me about him is I used to be a football trainer. So we would travel with the football team. Now, I can't tell y'all how good they were or were not. I can't tell y'all that. Because my homeboys played on the team now. Vic was on the team now. But Evan Berry was on the team now. All my dogs was on the team. But Vic, he would always do this one thing, and it's just ironic. When I think about it, it gets me so emotional, because it's just like, why did you choose me? Why did you choose me? And I just feel like everything in my life was God ordained. So where it gets to this point right here where I'm looking back and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is why he chose me. But we had this tradition. Vic started it. I was just sitting there on the sideline preparing their water and preparing to see if they was hurt or injured. Okay? But I was sitting there on the sideline. It was an away game. We traveled, rode the bus. I used to sit with Vic on the bus. Sometimes I would alternate between him and Evan, because him and Evan would always be like, no, my girl's sitting with me today. My girl, so I would made it my business to switch back and forth. Whoever I ride with there, I ride back with the opposite person. You know, just depending on how everybody was feeling. And I'll ask them, do you feel like having me with you? Because when when they be taking them L's, they took a lot of, but they was taking them L's. Then, they don't be wanting to be bothered because it's like, this is a game we should have won. And it was a lot of games that they should have won for real. Like, how y'all let them beat y'all? But anyways, so I'll make it my business to do that. Try to fulfill everybody. Everybody need a Jasmine. Okay. It's only one of me. Okay. But anyway, so I used to stand on the sidelines. And Vic, I don't think anybody else even knows this, but me and him. But Vic would always he had a cross necklace. Wear it all the time. He had a cross necklace. Let's start there. Cross necklace, sterling silver. He would take it off every game, put it around my neck, and then take the cross and kiss it, and then say a prayer up to God before he go out on that field. And it was 3 other managers, mind you. It was me, Emma, Anna, and Jesse. Me, Emma, Anna, and Jesse. Oh, and Chelsea. Chelsea, oh my gosh. Even just saying her name bring me chills, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I didn't experience so much. And just being a witness to other people's stories, it would just blow your mind. Chelsea, the 5th trainer, she was actually, we were freshmen. We were freshmen. And Chelsea was supposed to go into her senior year. Before the start of my freshman year in boarding school, Chelsea and 3 of her other best friends, so it's 4 of them, and they drive the mountains. The mountains are very steep. You have narrow roads, very narrow, one way up, one way down. And you're riding on this road about this big, and you got a car coming down, cars going up. Very narrow. You make one sudden move, and you're gone. You're gone. And so they would travel up and down. They lived there, from there, born and raised. So they knew those mountains to the T. They used to have pre-registration where everybody who was an athlete from volleyball, football, what other sport that starts? I don't know, but all the sports teams that started like in the fall had to be there 2 weeks before everybody else. So they were already there before I got there, before I even started my boarding school journey. They went to some store, I think it was Walmart, they went to down the mountain. They was coming back up. I don't know, I can't recall exactly. I think a car tipped them. Or sometimes when a car drive by and the wind kind of like is so strong because of the car, like an 18-wheeler passed by and your car kind of feel like it's swifting. I think that's what happened. And they flipped off the mountain. Chelsea was the only one that survived. And this is just a break, and then I'm gonna get back to Vic. Chelsea was the only one to survive. And it was so crazy because her dad was a responder. Her stepdad was a responder, which means he's on the medical team, part of the ambulance team. So he was a first responder, got there. He pronounced Chelsea dead. He thought she was dead. His own stepchild, he thought she was dead. But come to find out, she was the only one to survive. All the other girls died. So because her injury was so intense, it was so extensive, she didn't get to enjoy or pursue her senior year. All of her friends were seniors at boarding school, at our school. They were considered day students because they were born and raised there. So it was a boarding school for us. We stayed on campus, but it was still regular school, regular students going to that school. Like they would go home, go to school, go home. But we would stay there as boarding students, stay on campus as if we were in college, in dorm rooms, dorms. And you had the girls' dorms on this side, boy dorms on that side. Real life stuff. And so they put her back 3 grades back. She did 9th grade with us while watching her friends continue and resume their senior year. Everything that they dreamed of doing together, she was pushed back. And her friends would be crying about it as seniors because they were supposed to enjoy this journey with her. She was supposed to enjoy the journey with them. But instead, she had to go back where she started from. You mean to tell me I done put in my freshman, sophomore, and junior year just to not enjoy my senior year with my friends because this happened to me? So anyways, it was 5 of us, 5 trainers. Again, me, Emma, Chelsea, Anna, and me, and Jesse. So all 5 of us. But yeah, back to Vic now, y'all. Sorry I have to do that little break and explain, because it's just like, gosh, I really know some people's stories. Now, she wouldn't mind me sharing about that, because it's all out. It's been out there. It's not a secret. And that can help somebody who feel like they going through the most. Listen to that testimony. Listen to that story that I just shared, and just know that you're really not going through what you think you're going through for real. You can get up out of that. And if she can get up out of that and still found her a significant other, still beautiful as can be, but she was paralyzed on the right side. Everything paralyzed on the right side. So, I mean, somebody used to drive in cars. They was the popular girls. Everybody used to yearn to be like them. Even my homegirls who I was in 9th grade with, they would tell her, Chelsea, we used to admire y'all so much. Like, y'all were the SHIT. Y'all were those girls. Hair was always intact. Dressing down, baby, dress down. Chelsea still never lost that touch. Chelsea was bad, baby, okay? Chelsea was bad. Chelsea said, I ain't gonna lose that. Chelsea stayed with them ends trim, beautiful blonde hair. Chelsea, baby, was still it. But she just had that problem. She just was paralyzed. Spirit was still uplifting. I mean, literally, you got to watch your best friends live out their life as seniors. The ones who wasn't in the car with them, they played volleyball and everything together. That's why they was there, conditioning for volleyball to start. I mean, everybody wanted to be them. Everybody wanted to be them. And to now have to take a back seat to that and watch them continue life. And even their life wasn't normal, though. Like, you can just see it. My freshman year was like the saddest, most depressing year. And I wasn't even there. I didn't even get to meet any of the girls that passed. I only got to meet Chelsea because she survived. But all the other girls, my brother knew them. My brother had a crush on one of them. He had a crush on Lauren. She passed. And then there was 2 other girls who actually went to a different high school, but they were all best friends. And their high school was like right up the street from ours. I think it was Rankin County High School. Rankin County, Franklin County. One of the 2. I can't recall the name specifically, but it was either Rankin County High School or Franklin County High School. One of the 2. But it was right up the street, and they had all grew up together. And so they was just helping each other. They was like, oh, y'all need stuff? Well, let's go and get y'all stuff, and then we'll all come back together. Excuse me. And then 3 of them didn't make it back. Only 1 did. And that was the one who was pronounced dead. But then when they got everything in order, they realized she was still alive. And then it was Lauren and everybody else that was dead. So it was some crazy stuff. And then to just, it's sad. But yeah, so it was 5 of us trainers, football trainers. So yeah, so it was us. But yeah, so Vic, he would take off his necklace, put it around my neck, kiss the cross, and then send a prayer up to the Lord. And I was just like, I just never understood why he chose me to do that out of all the other 4 girls. And Chelsea had a crush on him and everything. And he had a crush on Anna. I mean, it was just so much going on. It was so funny. And I can talk about it because it's not like a serious thing. As far as crushes and stuff. Honey, it's been what? 15, 16, 17 years since we've been out of high school. Nobody care about that. Everybody done moved on with their own life. But yeah, I'm burning up because this air keeps making me choke, but it's hot. I ain't rolling up my windows. Turn it down a little bit. But yeah, so he will always do that. And that's what really stuck out and what really solidified my relationship with him and always gave me something to remember. Like, that's something that I would cherish for my entire life. I was just like, that boy there, that is my, like, I genuinely, purely, wholeheartedly love him with everything in me. And this is a white guy. I mean, none of them ever said anything to me out the way. None of them ever tried to holler at me. And no, they spoiled the crap out of me. And they may have flirted with me in their own way, but I never just really took it serious because I'm like, I never wanted to ruin our friendship. So yeah, I just never took it seriously. I'd be like, and then even then I was just like, I want a black man. I just knew I wanted a black guy. So I was just like, yeah, no. And then I know how you are with these other females, these white girls. So it's like, no, absolutely not. And everybody, I mean, when I say I was spoiled, y'all, them boys spoiled me. Okay, they spoiled me. I remember Chaz was actually Chelsea's little brother. And he was actually in my grade. He was supposed to be in 9th grade. She was supposed to be a senior, but again, due to what happened and what occurred in her life, all 3 of us were freshmen. When I say that boy loved his sister love his mama, and he reflected the love that he had for them because he showed it to me and all the women around him. Boy, I was crazy over Chaz, but my time with Chaz got cut short because he ended up moving with his daddy. He moved to a different city of Tennessee with his biological dad. Boy, that was my boy though. That was my boy, him and Vic. My freshman year, man, I'm telling you, my freshman year, Valentine's Day came around, and you was able to send out carnations. And because I was new, I didn't think I was gonna get anything. I wasn't even expecting anything. I was like, oh, I'm new. I'm not gonna even pump myself to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this. Chaz sent me a dozen carnations, and then he had them sent one by one. Now he ain't giving to me all at once. He just had them sent one by a different person because you had people to actually deliver them. You had to order them with your own money, spend your own money, and then you had other students who would actually deliver them. So you had students from different grades. They made it fun. They had students from that were seniors, that were juniors, that were sophomore, and even some freshmen to hand deliver you each carnation that somebody paid and bought for you. And if you don't know what carnations are, they're just flowers, like individual flowers, or you can get them as a whole dozen and have like real flowers and have them sent to the person, and then they had everybody's class schedule, so they knew which class you would be in at the time. I mean, it was so organized and so dope. I love that they did that. And so that boy had somebody send me one, so it equaled up to 12. It equaled up to a dozen. So I was just like, oh my gosh. And his best friend, Jesse, one of the trainers, his best friend, he had so many best friends because like I said, they all grew up together. They all went to elementary together. They all lived right up the street from each other. So they really were a family. And I don't even think he sent them any that year. He was just focused on me. So he sent me a dozen carnations collectively, and everybody was like, who sent you those? And all the girls had a freaking crush on Chaz. All the girls had a crush on Chaz. Was fine. Chaz was fine. Gonna lie, that was a fine white boy. Surfs up, dude. That boy was so fine. I was like, okay, he handsome, but now Chaz, if he would have stuck around a little longer, I probably would have to give in. And then his mama, we had what you call I'm getting excited, y'all. His mama, she was my mountain family, because Chelsea fell in love with me, and Chelsea was like, you got to be my mountain family. So for boarding students, they wanted to give us like a break and actually experience like a home environment and stuff. So they assigned to us what was called a mountain family, and that's when we get to go off campus and we get to go spend time with other people's family and get to unite with them and learn them and be around them and just learn them and learn different cultures, how people cook, what they eat and stuff like that. So Chelsea was like, you're mine. You're coming with me. You are mine. Nobody else is coming. You're not going with anybody else. You're going with my mountain family. I was like, okay, cool. I can see Chaz anyway. We good. But this was before he left to go be with his stepdad or whatever. So I was like, okay, we can see Chaz. Okay, Chelsea, y'all coming. We coming, girl. Chelsea was so, just a beauty and a joy. I'm just like, I hate that I didn't get to see her be who she was before the accident. It's bringing tears to my eyes. I'm excited, and it's just so heartfelt. It's just like, I hate she didn't get to experience her senior years. So I would have loved to see her in her true state, in her full state, in her whole healthy state, just from what everybody was saying and everybody was telling her. It's just like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have got to see her, because how she was after the incident, I could just imagine how she was before. Y'all. I'm just like, oh my goodness. But yeah, so I got to meet his mama and everything. Mama can cook like a black woman. Mama did that barbecue, baby. Mama can cook like a straight black woman. I said, Chelsea. I told her that too. I was like, do your mama know she cook like a black woman? Chelsea just bust out laughing. She said, Mom, I have to tell you what Jazzy said. Mom, I have to tell you what Jazzy said. She said, does your mommy know you cook like a black woman? She told her, does your mommy know she cook like a black woman? Honey, they was so tickled. She's like, do I? If you can hear their Tennessee country accent, do I? I was like, yes, ma'am, baby. I didn't care. I was just saying what's on my mind. Honey, I'm like, that's my personality. I don't say it now. I feel like because I've been exposed to the real world and I'm very cautious, and you have to tiptoe around everybody's feelings and emotions so much. So now I kind of hold back, and I'm like, oh, should I say this? But if I get to know you, then yeah, I'm still going to be cautious to feelings. But you'll know me well enough to know I'm not coming from a hurtful place. So you'll know that it's just me, and it's nothing harmful or nothing malicious or with malice intent. So yeah, but back then I'd be like, yeah, girl, you know your mama cooked like a black woman, girl. She barbecued this down. Okay, I might have to give Chaz a little chance. He didn't already send me carnations. She's like, oh yeah, my brother has a crush on you. I'm like, Chelsea, I don't, let it be some mystery. I like a little mystery. Like, I know this already, but I just like to act like I don't know and still get spoiled. Okay, but I love me some Chaz, y'all. I love me some Chaz and Vic Sims and Evan Berry. Evan, he used to go to Subway all the time before they would have football practice. He used to go to Subway. And one time I said, can I have a piece of your sandwich? He said, you can have half of my sandwich. Don't just ask for a piece. I'm going to give you the whole half. Like, I'll eat this. I'm good. I was like, no, Evan, I don't want all of this. You bought this for you. If you want it, keep it. Because I'm not that type of person. I just wanted a little piece because it looks so good. And that's the person. He's the one who taught me how to make a Subway sandwich, what to order when I go to Subway. Evan Berry, shout out. He's the Caucasian male that taught me what to order when you go to Subway. I mean, the best sandwich I had in my life from Subway. And I don't eat Subway as much as I used to, but if I did, that's what I would get. Turkey, ham, a little bit of mayo, mustard, salt and pepper, vinegar, lettuce, tomatoes, and olives. That's all you need. That's the recipe to the best Subway sandwich in your lifetime. Ever used to give me, and then ever since I asked him, that first time I asked him, he would deliberately go to Subway and bring me back half. He would come find me before they had football practice and bring me back his half. Parents raised them so right. That's why I know not all white people are ignorant. And that's why I know I can't hate all white people, because I've been around some amazing ones who completely changed my mind and my perspective. I never had a bad perspective of white people anyway. Yes, I knew about racism and stuff, but I'm only going to 9th grade, so I didn't know it to the extent that I know it now. So I was never just like, oh, I'm going to hate these white people when I go. I never went in there with that mindset. I never went to boarding school with that mindset at all. Because it was a white man that was paying for me to even go to school. It was a white man that even brought the idea to my daddy to broaden his horizon, to open his mind frame, to see bigger picture, bigger things in this life, who even shared with him the opportunity for us to go because his son was going. So I can't say that all white people are bad, because I've been around the most amazing ones. And males, white males that have just treated me so beautifully, y'all. Like, I can't even, like, just so beautiful. I've been around black men who have just treated me so beautifully, who have just treated me just with grace and love and just spoiled the heck out of me, just as friends. So, you think I'm about to settle in a relationship? You think small stuff about to woo me, knock me out of my panties in a relationship? I ain't even give Chaz a chance. That's because he left a little bit early. But I ain't even give him a chance. And it still probably would have took me a whole semester to be like, okay, Chaz, let's see where we can go with this thing. Had he not went and moved. So it's just like, no. I get this kind of treatment as a friend to males. And I'm supposed to accept less as your woman? Is you a fool or are you stupid? Are you a fool or are you stupid? Oh, okay. Okay. Because you better thought the right way. You better think the right way. You better think correctly. For this one right here, Jasmine J. Ivory. Baby, no. Because you ain't going to get no opportunity to try to break me down and knock me off a pedestal or off my high horse, which I don't have. But, people will do that to you. Men will do that to you, try to break you down. Oh, okay. We're going to see who get broken in the end. Play with it if you want to. Play with me if you want to. But, yeah, it's like, no, baby, I get this treatment as a friend. And, man, when I say Chaz, Evan Berry, Chaz Scherer, Evan Berry, Vic Sims. Them were my three. Those were my three. And that would stick with me for real for a lifetime. It's 2024. I graduated boarding school in 2008. And these are things that still stick with me. I'm very much a sentimental person. So things like that I cherish forever. Till the day I die. I will always cherish those moments. Because people didn't have to do that for me. They didn't have to show me that side. And they did it with so effortlessly. Like, it just screamed, this is how I was raised. This is not forced. This is just who I am. This is who my parents formed me to be, developed me to be. Like, I mean, they were just beautiful, beautiful white men. And I would say my black homeboys' names on here, but they're all married now and stuff, so I want to respect their marriages and stuff like that. I don't want anybody feeling any type of way, because it's the past, but it's the past that will forever stick with me. Those conversations at 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, how could that not stick with me? Black men trusting me, and me being able to truly trust them. If I called and asked them I remember one of my homeboys asked me if I needed money. And it wasn't like in the way that it was just like, girl, you're going to have to pay me back for this, or girl, I want something for this, or girl, this and that. It was, Jazz, stop being prideful to ask for something if you need help. If you don't want to go to your parents, don't ever feel prideful to come and ask me. That was literally what was told to me verbatim. Don't ever feel prideful to come and ask me if you need anything. Jazz, I got you. If you need anything, Jazz, I got you. Do you need me to send it to you right now? And my answer was what? No. Because that's not what it was about. No. I just wanted to vent. I wanted you to know, because I just needed to talk and get it off my chest. But no. But I am forever grateful for that extended offer to do that without me even having to ask. I was just venting, and he took the initiative to offer that to me. And the answer was no, because I just didn't feel right. I didn't want him to feel like this is what our friendship is going to be based off of. This is what I'm keeping you around for. No, I keep you around because I love you, because I know you love me. I sense it. I feel it. From every black guy to every white guy I've encountered in my life, they have all been so beautiful to me. Beautiful. And heterosexual men, okay? Stop playing with me. Heterosexual men, yes. Heterosexual men, yes, are this way. So, y'all, man, when I think about Vic, for real, that just brings tears to my eyes. When I think about Chelsea and Chaz, that brings tears to my eyes. Chelsea loved her little brother Chaz, and Chaz loved his big sister. Crazy. When I say siblings that was crazy over each other, I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. Crazy over each other. She about kissed him 4-5 times a day, and he was never embarrassed. He'd give her a kiss back on the cheek. Never embarrassed. That was her baby, and she was his. Okay? Like, man. But yeah, Vic, man, that chain thing did something to me, especially because it had the little cross. You better give me that sterling silver chain. And that just became our freaking, y'all, my godmama is texting me. What? She's so funny. Okay, there we go. She was texting me, so if y'all see that little video pause right there, it's because she was texting me. But yeah, I'm like, what? Why would he choose me? It's 4 other girls on the sideline. Why would he choose me? He didn't have to do that. And I'm just like, man, some beautiful people, some beautiful souls and spirits, for real. And I've just been so grateful, so privileged to get to experience that with them, and by them, from them, and them from me. So we all got to work together to show love. Jesus is love. And now that I say that, I truly understand, because people say it so frequently. Jesus is love, Jesus is love, Jesus is love. But then they show hate. So it's kind of like that kind of goes in the back of your head, like, Jesus is love, but what kind of love y'all talking about? Because y'all are not exhibiting that kind of love that he is. So it becomes one of those things that get lost in translation, or you just kind of like, or you just, sorry y'all, or you just kind of like, yeah, okay. But now I truly see, like, Jesus is love, for real. And I've been so blessed to experience such a love. And from guys, I've never gotten this same love. Well, I'm not going to say from females, because my boarding school homegirls, yes, I got this love too. And then especially in my brother class, excuse me, when he was there for my birthday, his class, the girls in his class went above and beyond. I was their baby. I remember Allie Petrilla. She baked me all these chocolate chip cookies and stopped. No, because it was not like that. She wasn't being funny. She baked me all these chocolate chip cookies. I wasn't expecting that. She baked me that and then went home, came back with another gift. I said, Because she's like, oh, I'm about to go to, because, you know, they get to, as seniors, you get a lot of freedom. You get to do as you please at that point. So she would go home, drive her car, whatever she wants. You want to go get McDonald's? Okay, we ain't got class right now. Let's go to McDonald's, come back. You want to go here? Okay, let's go here, come back. This girl went home, went out her way to go home and brought me something else. Wrapped it and brought me something else. Somebody else bought me flowers. I want to say it was, I cannot think of her name. I didn't even know I couldn't even hold all that stuff. Some of my homegirls had to help me carry it to my dorm room. I was just overwhelmed with the overflow of love that I received, and gifts, and just thoughtfulness. People think that gifts have to be luxurious, like I said on my other video. Like it have to be a Birkin or this and that. The small things matter the most to me. People have no idea how impactful that is to me. I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I am as simple as they come. I am so easy to please. It's just the fact that you thought to even do this small thing when I was thinking that nobody was going to get me nothing. I don't even think my brother got me nothing. I'm not even lying. I don't even think my brother got me nothing. But everybody in his class did. Almost everybody. I think my brother just told me, happy birthday, girl. Happy birthday, and that was it. But everybody else went out their way to get me stuff, to make stuff, to do this. And that's what matters the most to me. That stuff right there matters the most to me. It will last for a lifetime with me. That is meaningful. That is priceless to me. Stuff like that. So I hope y'all watch this video all the way through. But yeah, I mean, I've encountered some beautiful guys, man. Just beautiful in spirit, rich in swag. Okay, I mean, these is dudes that had it going on. Beautiful black dudes with hazel eyes. And one of my college roommates used to always say, y'all would be beautiful as a couple, but we never took it there. He tried it. He tried to throw his little jazz as how he was hitting with me or whatever. You know, that's what they do. But I was just like, no, is he crazy? No, that's the one that gave me the pepper spray. No, the mace. No, that man crazy. But I love him to life. I love him to the end of me, to this day, and forever will. But he's married now, just had another baby. He had a baby while we were in college. He had a baby already. He was like a few years old, and then he just had a new baby with his wife. So yeah. But to protect him and to not stir up no mess and stuff like that, of course, I'm not going to say his name, but people know who I'm talking about. If you know. If you knew me like that and you knew him like that, then you know. But oh my dog, my AIDS bone cone. But I had to check him. If y'all recall me in the video saying I had to check one of my homeboys, it was him. Crazy. but yeah, I'm like, nah, don't ever do that. And I heard that boy feeling so bad. I didn't even have to say nothing. That was the thing. I ain't say nothing to him. We all went out to the club. He went out with his roommates. I went out with my roommates. We ran into each other, crossed paths at the club, and he tried to reach in for a hug. He had said something slick earlier that day, and I felt like it was offensive, and I felt like he played me, and I felt like he tried to embarrass me in front of everybody. So don't do that, especially when you say that in front of people that already really feel a way about me because they feel like I have a relationship with you. They feel like I have a relationship with too many people that they desire to have a relationship. They don't really like me, even though, you know, we associate with each other. So that was the wrong people you could have ever said that in front of about me. So no. So you want to reach in for a hug? I don't play them type of games with nobody, female or male. So excuse you. I said, excuse you. And continue to hug his roommates because we all knew each other. So I hugged his roommates, and even them, they said, damn, what you do to Jazz? Because they know that's not like me. But when they knew then, don't piss Jazz off. Because she going to do, don't do that to me. Because I can show you better than I can tell you. I can do the same way. But your feelings going to be way more hurt than mine. Going to try to reach in for a hug. Sir, I don't know you. Do I know you? Do we know each other? Hey y'all. That boy was hurt for about 5 days until I talked to him again. He had my roommates coming to ask me because we was living in an apartment. He actually lived in the same apartment with his roommates. We was over here in this building. You got to walk down the stairs, walk this little trail, and then it's his building. So I used to be at their house. That's how we all really got very well acquainted. Like, this was no just, we just talking class and on the yard and stuff like this in college. No, we was literally in people's houses, like having real conversations, deep conversations, real life stuff with people. Well, I was anyway. But yeah. So this was not somebody that's just like, that's why I was so hurt when he did that. And I had to check him. And they talking about y'all should date. Girl, One of us, and me and him date, one of us ain't coming out of love. Like, no, because he crazy and I was a little crazy. But like, I'm fighting everybody, he fighting. No, that's a catastrophe waiting to happen. So I never let it get to that point. But nah, even him though, beautiful hazel eyes. That's what used to get them girls, his eyes. Not me. Not me. Baby. No, sir. Risky. No, sir. but yeah, y'all. So I'm just like, no, don't do me like that. I had to skirt. But he was also the same one who was like, Jazz, if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to ask me. I was crying a little bit at first, y'all, but now it's this fan blowing in my face that's making me do this. But yeah, I'm like, no. So don't play with me, because we can play this all day, but you ain't going to like it. You ain't going to be able to take it, baby. You ain't going to be able to take it. And all I literally have to do is say nothing. That's going to pierce you more, because you are used to having access to me in that way, in that intimate way on the phone and this and that. So when I publicly dismiss you, you're going to feel it. And that's what I knew, and that's what I did. Skirt. I don't even know you. You're a stranger to me at this moment. Hey, such and such. Hey, such and such. Hey, so that boy said, his homeboy said, damn, what you do to Jazz? Just like that, pointed, what you do to Jazz? That boy went and asked everybody I hung out with what he do to me. I didn't tell them because I wasn't going to get them the satisfaction. They didn't even know why I was mad at him. I was not telling them. Because, no, you're not about to have this over my head, and I know you already feel a way about me. I would never give you the satisfaction. Absolutely not. So it's going to be between me and him, or between me and myself, because apparently he didn't feel like it was offensive, which is why he act like he don't know what he did. But I know, and I'll tell him when I'm ready to talk to him again. But right now, it's not that time. So skirt, that boy harassed people for 5 days, y'all. 5 days, because I was not saying nothing to him. I ain't answer no text message. I ain't answer no call. Don't play with me like that. You gonna learn your lesson. Don't do me like that ever again. And he ain't ever do it again. He ain't ever do it again. And I know that's right. That was the lesson. That was the message. Don't you ever do that again. Don't you ever say that again. Don't play with me. Who y'all think you're playing with? No. So no. Dismissed. But I love him to life. I love that boy. I love my other homeboy. Them my ones. Them was my rounds. Thugging with my rounds. Hey, thugging. Nah, but them was my rounds for real. Thugging with my rounds. Hey, thugging with my rounds. Hey. But them was my dogs. All of them. The ones from boarding school and the ones from college. H-bone coons. H-bone coons. I feel like even if I call them now, they gonna be there for your girl. But I'm respectful, so I wouldn't dare, because I know they married. If I hit anybody up, it'll be through Instagram, and I don't even like to do that. I send like little hearts and stuff when I see him post on his stories with his baby, and that's about it. That's about it. And I told him congratulations under his post, to him and his wife. Congratulations to the both of y'all. I'm so happy for you too. And then I said his name really, really long, how I used to say it in college. And he was like, love, like, hit the little heart button on my little comment, like, and my dog, I miss y'all. I miss all y'all. I love y'all so much. And they never did anything to violate my trust, violate me, never put me in harm's way. If anything, they try to protect me with all their might. Even Vic, when we went back for my 5-year reunion, they had some other people who didn't go to school with us, just some friends that they grew up with. And some of them were racist. One of them threw like a bottle cap, y'all. Vic and Blaine. Oh, I forgot about Blaine. Blaine Mitchell. Thugging with my round, hands down, 10 toes down. Thugging with my round. But yeah, Blaine was like, who threw this? Who threw it? Y'all brave enough, y'all coward enough to throw it. Stand out. Come on. Don't hide. Come out. And Vic said, he heard Blaine. Who did something to who? Thugging with my rounds, hand down, period. Because I know they ain't touched this one right here. And then one of the girls was like, it was him. one of the girls who we did go to school with, she was like, it was him. And so Blaine went and snatched him up. And then the boy whose house it was, which I don't know why he would invite them anyway, knowing that I was going to be there, invited them. Or maybe he didn't want me to come. And I didn't know that, because everybody was asking me if I was going, if I was meeting them there. So maybe he didn't expect for me to come, but I showed up with my other homeboy who was a black guy, who graduated from boarding school. He was actually teaching at the time of our reunion. He was teaching at our boarding school. But he was there. Me and him went down there to the house together. So I don't know why he invited them, but then he made them leave after that incident. He told them to bounce. But why did you have them there in the first place? And why are you hanging out with people like this, knowing that you know black people? I would never understand that about certain people. Like, you know you was raised right, but then you still hanging out with the wrong crowd who was not raised like you. Why? How's way? Make it make sense, because it don't. But anyway, so that was like the only encounter. I never, during my whole boarding school year, I never experienced racism. It was so crazy because I didn't experience it until our 5-year reunion. And that was from people that didn't even go to school with us. And that still didn't make me hate white people, because guess what? It was also white people who took up for me. It was also 2 white guys who was like, who did what? Like, they was for real taking up for me, and I had to calm them down, and it happened to me. Like, I have never experienced such a love. But yeah, y'all. So yeah, that's what I came on here to talk about. It's just like, wow. Like, I've really experienced some beautiful men, and I've experienced some beautiful people in general. So it's just, yes, pro-black does not mean anti-white. Never. Not on my end. I love everybody who loves me, who loves my people, who treat us accordingly, and don't treat us like they were raised like bigots and racists, but normal people just for the sake of love. You know Christ, but you don't act like you know Christ. Vic knew Christ, and he exhibited that he knew Christ. Okay? Come on now. I mean, that boy took off his chain, y'all. Put it around my neck. He never let me put it around my neck. He would always put it around my neck. Kiss the chain, send a prayer up to God before he go on the field, and kiss me on the cheek. Every time. That was our tradition. And I never boasted about it. It wasn't meant for me to boast about it. I never told anyone about it. I'm just now sharing this for the first time with y'all. I don't even know if my parents know, if my mama know. And my daddy, out of all people, I don't even think I told him. But yeah, I'm sharing this with y'all now because I feel like the timing is right. But yeah, kiss me on my cheek every single game and go out there and play. And even after a game that he would lose, he would always say, come sit with me. He would let me come sit with him. If I would ask, yeah, you ain't got nothing to do with that game. Come sit with me. I would lay on him. He'll lay on me. He'll put his hand around me. Everything just to make sure I was comfortable. Felt love. I can't even explain that kind of love. So I've experienced it in so many ways. Some people's like, oh, they get to experience it in relationships that they're in with their intimate partner. But I've experienced it in beautiful ways. When I lose sight of what love is and what it should be, because this world is just such a catastrophe, is such in shambles and a disarray. It's just like I reflect on these moments and I've been able to experience love. I have been able to experience that pureness. I have been able to experience that. Even though it hasn't been for a very long time, I've experienced it. I've experienced it. Even when I feel like I haven't, I have to know and remember, I've experienced that. And so this is just my testimony and my stories to tell and share with y'all just about life in general. This is so many things in one, but anybody who watches this at this moment, you can take from whatever I've talked about. You can take and pull from it, learn from it, take heed to it, turn your situation around, your train of thought, your mind process, everything. You can turn it around. So yes, it's all in one and it's kind of jumps, but at least I'll let y'all know that I'm jumping instead of just jumping like I'm doing jump cuts in the video. I'm letting y'all know I'm jumping around because I feel like it's important for me to share so that anybody who is anybody can grab from it and learn from it. Okay, when you think your situation is worse than anybody that's living, listen to the testimony about Chelsea, because somebody is worse off than you and they are still enduring life. They are still pushing through life. They are still kicking its behind despite, and they are still having a beautiful spirit while doing it. I mean, somebody that was paralyzed on her right side for the rest of her life. After being what you would classify as normal, being able to drive her whip, go to the beach, swim with her girls. But yeah, pull from that testimony. Don't just be like, oh, she jumping all everywhere. I'm jumping because there's a point. There's a purpose in it. Take from it instead of whining about it. Everything serves a purpose. So listen to this clearly. Run it back however many times you need to. I know it's an hour long or whatever the case may be. Probably 50-something minutes long by the time I edit, but still close to an hour. Long enough. Close enough. It's getting dark here now. Y'all have been in here talking with y'all since 6 o'clock. It's 7:46 my time, Texas time. But yeah, learn from it, pull from it, take heed to it, process it, and yeah, I am freezing. Oh my gosh. But okay, y'all, love y'all again. Talk to y'all later. Till next video. I'm about to be jumping these videos because I like to talk. Because I like to talk. Dropping. Give me a beat. Hey. Give me a beat. Give me a beat. Give me a beat. Now let me stop. But for real. All right, y'all. Let me go till next video. Like I said before. Love, light, and blessings. Love, light, and blessings shine upon you. And your safety. And the safety of your family. And all those great things. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. Turn on my little lights. All right, now. I'm like, where my light at? All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.